when were you approached by Michael Floriali to work with When in Rome?
Michael and I were looking for a musical partner at the same time, and I was looking for a composer, and Michael was looking for a vocalist, and we both went to the same resource, which was, oddly enough, a publication called Music Connection. And it was through Music Connection that we found one another, and he asked for some MP3s of some recordings I had done, and I sent a few tracks, and he liked it, and he sent me The Promise, and I fell out of my chair. And I went into my studio. I have a studio at my house, and I recorded my version of it and sent it to him, and he flew it up on MySpace, and the fans loved it, and we began a musical partnership and a brotherhood, and it was
wonderful. What year was this that you met?
Gosh, I think that was 2006. Don't quote me on that. I'm horrible with dates, but I believe it was 2006, February of 2006.
So you and Michael have written an album and a half really together, but an album that's...
You know what? It was February of 2007.
Oh, okay.
I just remembered that. Yeah, not 2006. So
did you start writing songs at that time? Right
immediately. Michael had an idea. It was just a little bagatelle, just a little really simple piano part, but I was haunted by it, and I just started singing over it, and with some things that I was going through personally at the time, it just kind of flowed very naturally, and that ended up being the first song we wrote together, and it's a song called "Giving Up." Okay. And almost immediately we were writing songs. That was always the intention, was not just to be a touring band, but to be a band that contributed new and vital music.
Wasn't one of your last concerts in the fall where you went out into the audience?
Yeah.
And they embraced you and lifted you up. Could you share that with us? What that felt like?
The fans have been. I was really afraid of. It's quite a thing when you're a kid and you listen to singers and you think, my gosh, like I can't imagine what that would be like, and then to become that, and to be welcomed by the fans the way that I've been welcomed, to be received, has been wonderful. And when I had that experience in Dallas, where I came to understand what the whole point of all of this is, why we're making music, I began to really focus on trying to give the audience an experience that would lift them up.
The new album has 10 songs on it, and
yep.
You wrote most of the lyrics?
Well, I wrote all of them.
All of the lyrics?
Yeah.
Of the 10 songs, what song are you most passionate about? What is closest to your heart? And I know that's maybe an unfair question to ask, but
yeah, I mean, what time of day is it?
Right.
I really love the lyrics in Eventide. There's just so much optimism and romance in it. I really think that is like the most poetic. Those are the most poetic lyrics.
So could you tell me what, in the song Eventide, what are the lyrics about?
Well, they're about, the song is about intimacy with a loved one outside in the woods.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
It's about physical intimacy.
Okay.
Yeah. I was very, very enamored at the time, and yeah, she and I had our own little tour.
Very nice. Were people watching as well in the woods?
Not to my knowledge. I don't think there were any camera crews. Yeah.
Would you have been upset if there were?
Well, I'd actually be kind of proud. Google me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. My acumen is very well documented.
So Eventide's close to your heart.
It is.
As well as
it's a love song, and that's really what I want. That's really what I feel the focus of When in Rome has always been. Is there's always been this element of optimism and romance, and I feel compelled to stay, moving in that direction. I love the first record, and there's so many bright spots on that record, and you feel really good listening to it. It's an up record, and it's a happy record, and you know, there are some soft points where, you know, you kind of get to experience a little bit of longing, but for the most part you feel hopeful and optimistic. One of the most profound experiences I've had, you know, singing with Michael and with When in Rome and touring, was one of the first shows we did in America was in Dallas, and I was terrified because we were doing a show at this world famous venue, sharing a stage with Dramarama and Flock of Seagulls, and that was quite daunting for me at the time. I had never done anything at that level, and one wonders if they have the ability to deliver at that level. And the show went off really well. I actually sang better than I'd ever sung before live. It was kind of strange, actually. Felt like a homecoming. And but the remarkable thing about that night was, after the show we were doing autographs and pictures and stuff, and just talking to the fans. And this woman came up to me and kind of pulled me aside and said that she had been in Hurricane Katrina, and had been displaced by Hurricane Katrina to Dallas. So that happened to a lot of folks who were affected by that disaster. And she said that during that time she had lost her job, she had lost her home, she had lost her life. And during that time, one of the only things that really held her up, or gave her, helped her to feel better, was listening to the record, that first When in Rome record. And she said, to be able to come here tonight and hear you guys performing those songs live meant so much to me. And I was profoundly affected by that. And to this day, I feel like that's kind of the point of all of this, is to make music that gives people a good feeling.
Could you tell us how you feel about working with Warren Ward? After the caliber of artists that he's worked with, such as Shakira and The Fray and Colby Calais and James Blunt and
Daniel Powter. Warren and I really connected immediately. He's a really nice guy. He's really talented. He really knows what he's doing. We feel incredibly safe with him. For years we had been looking for a producer, and we felt that we had the elements for the songs in order. We had created sessions with everything set up exactly the way we wanted it, and we just needed somebody who could bring that multi-platinum fidelity to it. And Warren came in and started saying everything that Michael and I had been saying we were looking for. It was almost as if someone had secretly given him a checklist of things that we were looking for, and he came in, with prepared to check everything off the list. It was incredible. He's perfect. He's a really good guy.
Because you had the music, you had sent it to other producers, and they weren't coming back at you with what you needed, what you wanted to hear, what you knew the music needed. Which was confounding, because we felt that it was a pretty obvious opportunity. Obviously every artist believes in what they're doing. Michael and I believe in what we're doing, and we think that what we've got is a really obvious collection of songs that can easily find traction in the marketplace. And all we needed was somebody who could take the elements as they were and just make them sound, put them to broadcast quality.